Good evening, good evening, good evening. I know I've been on here a couple of times, but this just hit me. This just hit me. I always tell people write in your journal. Get your journal to write in, whether it's your prayer journal, whether it's you just writing your ideas down, or you just want to write to God. Just get you a journal. Get you a journal. Now, mine is a tablet. I have several of them. I have actual journals. I have bought this tablet to write in, and it's pretty full. It's pretty full. Have my prayers. Have my when I get ready to do my lives, my notes that I've taken. So the importance of writing a journal. Writing in a journal can make you more accountable to yourself. Refuse to reduce your stress and bring about positive change. Try to write in your journal for at least 20 minutes every day. For at least 20 minutes every day. It doesn't have to be straight 20 minutes. You can get up in the morning, early in the morning, your time that you have with God. You can write in your journal then. Let it tell God all about it, and make sure you do this before you walk out of your door. Nothing's going to happen to me today that God and I can't handle. You have to learn to command your day, command your morning, command your day. When you're feeling lost, you can read over your journal and try to identify things that help you to find your way again. For example, if you have a bad day, then reading about something that made you feel happy might help you start feeling like yourself again. So it's important to write things down in your journal. It's important to write in your journal. I tell people all the time, write in your journal. If it's a personal journal, a personal journey, a spiritual journey, whatever your journey is, write it down. Give it to God. Ask God to give you clarity. And as I said, this tablet is full of notes, full of me writing in a journal, writing to God, saying, "Dear God," whatever it is that happened to be on me or on my mind at that particular moment. So I just wanted to tell you the importance of having a journal. You don't have to go get something that says journal. You can get a little tablet like this. You can get a composition tablet. I actually have several. And what that does for you, when you learn to write in your journal and you go on about your day, you can look back in those journals to see what you prayed for, God answered. I have journals where my daughter must have been smaller, and I still have them. I'm not going to ever throw them away, because that's my reminder that I know God made promises. He made promises for me, to me, and I have as they say, the receipts in my journal that God delivered. God delivered some things. He blessed tremendously. And it was when it first happened, I was so amazed that I wrote that way back then. And God did it. I can't tell you at one point he did it, but I know he did it. So from that point on, I have been writing in my journal. It's some things, the petitions I have before the Lord now, and I write them down. God, whatever it is I want to tell him, I continue to write it down. So, so he would know, and I would know that I can go and talk to God. I can write it. I can write some things down. So writing a journal can make you more accountable. You should write in your journal daily. They may say 20 minutes. You might do 20 all at once. You might do, okay, let me jot this down right fast. And another thing you could use your journal for, when God continues to talk to you, he continues to tell you something. Always have that journal with you. Whether you write it in your phone for that moment and you're going to transfer it to your journal, make sure you can write it down. Make sure you can jot it down, whether it's in your phone, in your notes, whether it's on a sheet of paper at your desk at work. Because you never know. God will pour into you anywhere he sees fit. So you need to be ready to write it down, to type it in your phone, to write it on a sheet of paper until you can get to your journal. So it's real important for this, your journey is for you and God, for you and God. You don't have to share it with anybody. You can tell them after the fact, somebody told me to start writing a journal, and I did. Let me tell you what happened. You can start having a testimony for somebody else why you started writing your journal. And this is another way to get to know who you are. You start, okay, for example, you might have some questions. 3 words that describe your personality. List 5 of your most dominant interests. Describe your character, including your virtues, vices, strengths, and weaknesses. See, all this can go in your journal. Then you can go back and you can fine tune when you might say something that you desire, but that's really not a part of you right now. So you can go back to tweak it, to redefine it, so it will fit you the way you should be fitted, the way it sits with you right now. So it's just so important that you have a journal. You have a journal. And personally, I'm getting ready to do a dream journal, and it may be out this summer, and I'm working on it as we speak. So I would love for you all, when you finish your journal, when you start writing in your journal, just you can send me a message, say I start writing in my journal, and guess what happened? You can give me some testimonies from writing in your journal. And I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you what I do. I do it on a daily basis, whether it's on paper or in my notes. If I'm at work, 9 times out of 10, it's in my notes. But if I'm at home, I transfer what I've written, or even better yet, I print it off of my phone so I can then put it in my journal. Put it in the journal that I'm using at that particular time. So it's real important. It's not anything hard to do. I just wanted to come and share with you why you should be writing a journal. Why should you be writing in your journal? And it's up to you what you want to do. For example, you could write down your thoughts at the end of every day. Write when you're feeling trouble, or write when you have a good idea. That's me, when I have a good idea. And all the rest of them too, but that one specifically. Be sure to include how you feel about your life, what your goals are, and what questions you have about going forward. Okay, so we can all have questions. If you have questions, first and foremost, I want you to take those questions to God. I want you to take those to Him and ask Him for clarity. Ask God for understanding. I wrote this, God, but I want to do this. I have a desire to do this. How do I get there? I have a desire to want to be closer to you. How do I get there? Those questions you can ask God. And if you have a leader, a pastor, a minister, or a mentor that can help you as well, you can go and ask them. But first and foremost, I want you to ask God first. And He will, if it's a more clarification that needs to come, God will send you, or send that person to you to help you clarify what you're writing, why you're writing it. So, I mean, when things may get rough, I get to writing. When things good, I get to writing. I don't just write when things are not going good. I write when they're going good too, telling God, thank you. Tell Him for bringing me out of that. I'm here, but you brought me out of that. Thank you, sir. Because He didn't have to do it. You have to always have an attitude of gratitude. You have to be grateful every step of the way. Whether it feels good or doesn't feel good, you have to be grateful. And you have to be thankful to God where you are. Thankful for your life. And that could be the first page. God, I thank you for my life. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. I thank you for my life. So you all just start writing in your journal. If you haven't written in one before, and I know a lot of people have not written in a journal before. They don't have one. As I said, I have several. I've been writing for a minute. So just begin to write. Just begin to write in your journal. And you never know. From you writing in the journal, God might have you to do something else. Everybody's life has not been the same. So your journal is not supposed to be the same. You might not have Your journal might not be as detailed as somebody else's because of life lessons that we've had to learn. So that's what I want to come tonight. I know it's a little late. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. Get you a journal, whether it's a composition tablet, whether it's a small tablet, or a something that says a journal. It's up to you. What is it that it's up to you to write down. It's your feeling. I can't tell you how you feeling. I can't tell you how your life is going. You just first and foremost tell God, thank you for your life. Thank you for me still being alive. We have to be thankful. We have to worship God in spirit and in truth. Love you all. Get your journal. Get your journal. Get your journal. Get to writing and get to living your life. Live and stop just existing. Love you all. Good night.